Hey everyone, ready for a deep dive into some seriously cool tech?
Sounds good.
We're talking AI and robotic surgery today, and let me tell you, it's way more sci-fi than you might think.
Yeah, it's true. The field is just exploding right now. Researchers are pushing boundaries I wouldn't have believed possible just a few years ago.
Our guide for this deep dive is a brand new review article, hot off the press from the Journal of Robotic Surgery.
Oh, cool.
It's called Clinical Applications of Artificial Intelligence in Robotic Surgery, and it's a treasure trove of what's happening in the field right now and where things are headed.
I'm excited to dive in.
Me too. So one of the key concepts this review tackles is levels of autonomy in surgery. It's a scale from 1 to 5.
Okay.
And right now, most robotic surgery is at level 1 or 2.
All right. So what does that actually look like in practice?
Think of it like this. A surgeon controlling a super precise, super steady pair of hands.
Okay, I'm with you.
It's extending their reach, not replacing their skill.
Right, like a high-tech extension of their own abilities.
Exactly, but what's exciting is that researchers are already working on increasing that level of autonomy.
Oh, wow. So what could that look like?
Well, imagine a level 3 system
Okay.
where the robot could handle something like suturing a section of tissue autonomously,
Oh, wow.
while the surgeon supervises and makes those really key decisions.
That's pretty incredible.
I know, it makes me think about those intricate neonatal surgeries, where the tiniest slip could be critical.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Having a robot with that level of precision could be a total game changer for those delicate procedures.
For sure. So as we move further up this scale towards levels 4 and 5,
Right.
we're talking about even more autonomous systems.
Okay, yeah.
Capable of handling larger portions of a procedure or even entire surgeries, at least in some cases.
Okay, my mind is officially blown. But let's bring it back to the present for a minute, before we get too lost in the future of robot surgeons.
Sounds good.
So the review highlights some really amazing ways AI is already improving robotic surgery today.
Right, yeah.
And one area that really grabbed my attention was how AI is being used to enhance the surgeon's vision during an operation.
Interesting.
It's not just about making the images clear, it's about giving the surgeon almost superhuman perception.
Superhuman perception, huh? That sounds pretty powerful.
I know. I read about this AI system. It can actually remove smoke from the surgical field in real time.
Oh, wow. That's incredible.
Right. I can't even imagine how frustrating it must be to have to operate with a cloud of smoke obscuring your view.
It's a huge challenge,
Yeah.
especially in certain types of surgery.
Right.
But this AI acts like a virtual smoke extractor,
Right.
allowing the surgeon to see clearly throughout the procedure. And it gets even cooler.
Okay, lay it on me. What else can this AI vision do?
So imagine this. An AI that can highlight critical structures in the body,
Okay.
like nerves and blood vessels, right there on the surgeon's display.
Oh, wow.
It's like having an invisible roadmap guiding their every move.
So it's not just seeing better, it's seeing more.
Exactly, and this is already being applied in real surgeries.
Wow, that's amazing.
For example, researchers are using AI to guide surgeons during hysterectomy procedures,
Oh, cool.
helping them avoid those delicate structures in the stomach. And this kind of precision can minimize complications, and it can speed up recovery time for patients.
That's incredible. So in a way, this AI is acting like a highly skilled co-pilot, providing the surgeon with extra information and guidance throughout the procedure.
And this technology has huge implications for cancer surgery as well.
Right.
The ability to precisely identify and remove cancerous tissue while preserving healthy tissue is absolutely crucial.
I read about a study. They used AI to create a heat map of cancerous tissue during oral cancer surgery.
Oh, interesting.
It's like giving the surgeon X-ray vision to see exactly where they need to operate.
And that level of precision can make a world of difference for patients. Less invasive procedures, lower risk of complications, and potentially even better long-term outcomes.
This is some seriously powerful stuff, but there's more, right? I remember reading about AI being used in brain surgery as well.
Absolutely. Imagine an AI that can differentiate between tumor cells and healthy brain tissue during a neurosurgery.
Whoa.
That's the level of accuracy we're talking about.
That level of precision in brain surgery where every millimeter counts?
Right.
It could literally be the difference between life and death.
Absolutely.
It's mind-blowing to think how far this technology has come.
And we're just getting started. The review also dives into how AI is tackling another major challenge in robotic surgery:
Yeah, what's that?
the lack of tactile feedback.
Right. One of the biggest criticisms of robotic surgery is that surgeons can't feel the tissues they're operating on.
It's true.
It's a bit like operating with a thick pair of gloves on.
Exactly. But researchers are developing AI systems that can translate that force data from the robotic instruments
Okay.
into something the surgeon can actually feel. Wow.
Some systems even use vibrations to mimic the sensation of touch. So they're basically using AI to hack the human sense of touch. It's like giving the surgeon a virtual fingertip. that can actually feel the stiffness and texture of the tissues.
You could say that. One study described using AI to help surgeons draw perfect circles with the robot.
Okay, I'm imagining a robot surgeon doing calligraphy. Why is drawing a circle so important?
Using the least amount of force possible. It might seem like a simple task, but it's a brilliant way to train surgeons to be incredibly precise and delicate with their movements.
So they're using AI to refine the surgeon's skills and help them master those micro movements that are so crucial in surgery.
Exactly.
Makes sense.
And it's not just about circles. They're applying these same principles to more complex procedures.
Oh, wow. Like what?
For example, researchers are using AI to help surgeons feel the stiffness of uterine fibroids during robotic surgery. This could dramatically improve how these procedures are performed, leading to fewer complications and faster recovery times.
Wow, so AI is not just enhancing a surgeon's vision, it's helping them regain that crucial sense of touch that's lost when operating with a robot.
It really is incredible how AI is pushing the boundaries of what's possible in surgery.
It is.
And it goes even further.
Okay.
AI is also being used to automate specific tasks during surgery,
Oh, wow.
freeing up the surgeon's hands and mental bandwidth.
Okay, now that's where things start to sound truly futuristic.
Right.
What kind of tasks are we talking about?
We already mentioned camera control.
Yeah.
But it goes far beyond that.
Okay.
Think about suturing, one of the most fundamental skills in surgery.
Yeah.
Researchers are developing AI that can assist with this delicate task,
Really?
even automating certain steps of the process.
Wait, seriously?
Yeah.
I mean, suturing requires so much dexterity and precision. To think that a robot could handle even part of that is incredible.
It is pretty amazing. The review highlights research on a system that can automate a specific looping step during a complex neonatal surgery. It's a delicate procedure, and this kind of automated assistance could be invaluable.
That's mind-blowing.
And it gets even more impressive.
Oh, no way.
The review describes research on a robot that could perform a complete bowel anastomosis autonomously.
Yes, a complete anastomosis connecting two sections of bowel done entirely by a robot.
It's really remarkable.
This is all just, wow. I mean, I knew AR was making waves in surgery, but this is a whole new level.
It truly is. And this level of automation has huge implications for the future of surgical training.
Right, because if robots can handle some of the more technical aspects of surgery, does that change how we train surgeons?
That's a great question.
I mean, do they even need to be masters of suturing if a robot can handle that part?
And that leads us perfectly into the next section of the review.
Okay.
How AI is being used to analyze surgical skills and revolutionize surgical training.
Awesome.
But we'll have to save that discussion for part 2 of our deep dive.
All right, so we've seen how AI is already making a huge impact in the operating room. But what about training the next generation of surgeons? You mentioned AI is changing how surgical skills are analyzed.
It's really fascinating, actually. When you think about traditional surgical training, a lot of it comes down to observation and mentorship. A senior surgeon watches a trainee, provides feedback, and hopefully, those skills get passed on.
Right, but that's so subjective, though, isn't it? What one surgeon might consider good technique, another might see completely differently.
Exactly. And that's where AI can really shake things up.
Okay, how so?
Well, researchers are now using AI to analyze surgical videos, basically breaking down a surgeon's movements into data points.
So instead of just relying on a surgeon's gut feeling, you can actually quantify those subtle movements and techniques.
Precisely. This AI can identify patterns in a surgeon's movements, assess their efficiency, their precision, even how much force they're using.
Oh, wow.
It's like having a microscopic eye scrutinizing every single motion.
I can't help but picture those instant replays they use in sports, where they slow down a golfer's swing or a tennis player's serve. But this is analyzing something way more intricate.
Absolutely. And the beauty of this is that it allows for truly objective feedback. The AI can actually compare a surgeon's technique to a database of experts, highlighting areas for improvement.
That's amazing.
It's like having a digital coach that can pinpoint exactly what you need to work on. No more guesswork, just pure data-driven feedback.
And this kind of feedback could be really transformative, couldn't it? Especially for those minimally invasive surgeries, where the surgeon has less tactile feedback.
That's a really good point. They can refine their movements, improve their efficiency, and ultimately they become much better surgeons.
It's almost like leveling up your skills in a video game,
Right.
You get real-time feedback on your performance, and you can practice until you achieve mastery.
Exactly. And speaking of video games, this leads us to the role of AI in surgical simulators.
Oh, right, yeah.
It's not just about analyzing real-world surgery, it's about creating these hyper-realistic training environments.
Yeah, because I remember reading about how current surgical simulators have limitations. They don't always accurately represent how soft tissues actually behave during a real surgery.
That's a major challenge for sure. But researchers are using AI to create much more sophisticated models of soft tissue behavior, I mean.
Okay, so give me an example.
Imagine a virtual liver that responds to the touch of a virtual scalpel, just like a real one.
Wow, that's like next level stuff. So they're basically using AI to build a virtual operating room that feels incredibly real.
Exactly. And this level of realism is absolutely crucial for training surgeons to handle those unexpected situations that inevitably pop up.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Imagine a simulation where a virtual artery starts bleeding. Forcing the trainee to think quickly and apply the right techniques to control it.
It's like those flight simulators pilots use.
Exactly.
They're not just learning to fly in perfect conditions, they're learning how to handle emergencies and make split-second decisions.
That's a great comparison. And AI is actually helping to make those surgical simulations even more immersive and challenging.
Like how?
Well, some systems even incorporate haptic feedback.
Oh, wow.
So the trainee can actually feel the resistance of virtual tissues.
So they're getting both the visual and the tactile experience all within this safe, controlled environment.
Exactly.
That's got to be so transformative for surgical training.
It is. And think about the possibilities here. You could practice rare and complex procedures in a virtual operating room.
Right.
Without any risk to a real patient.
Of course, yeah.
You could even simulate different patient anatomies in different scenarios.
Yeah.
Preparing you for a wider range of challenges.
This really feels like we're right on the verge of a major shift in how surgeons are trained.
I think so too.
AI is just going to play such a huge role in that. From analyzing real-world skills to creating these incredibly realistic training environments.
And all of this is happening right now.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's not some distant future. It's happening in labs and research centers all around the world.
It's just incredible to think about the possibilities.
It is.
But I also can't help but wonder about the potential downsides.
Yeah.
Like, what happens if a robot makes a mistake? Who's ultimately responsible for that?
That's a big question.
Yeah.
And it's one that researchers and ethicists are really grappling with right now. As these systems become more autonomous, the lines of responsibility could become a lot more blurred.
Right.
But it's a conversation we definitely need to have as this technology continues to evolve.
Absolutely. It's like with self-driving cars.
Right.
We're still figuring out the legal and ethical implications of having machines make decisions that could potentially impact human life.
And it's not just about assigning blame.
Right.
It's about making sure that these systems are designed and implemented in a way that prioritizes safety, transparency, and accountability.
It's getting deep, but it's such an important conversation to have. We can't just blindly embrace any new technology without considering the potential risks, too.
Exactly. And this brings up another important point. As AI becomes more and more prevalent in healthcare, we really need to make sure it's used in a way that benefits all patients.
Of course, yeah.
Regardless of their background or access to resources.
Right. We don't want to create a system where only certain people benefit from these amazing advancements. We need to ensure equitable access to this technology.
Absolutely. It's about making sure AI is used to enhance healthcare for everyone, not just a select few.
Well said. It sounds like we're heading towards a future where AI is just an integral part of surgery.
I think so.
From the operating room to the training center. And like with any really powerful technology, we need to be thoughtful about how we use it and what safeguards we put in place.
I completely agree. It's a future filled with incredible possibilities, but we do need to approach it with both enthusiasm and a healthy dose of caution.
I agree. And with that thought-provoking note, I think it's time to wrap up part 2 of our deep dive.
Sounds good.
But stick around, because in part 3, we're going to explore the mind-blowing possibilities of AI as a co-surgeon, working alongside human surgeons to push the boundaries of what's possible in the operating room. Okay, so we've covered how AI is enhancing a surgeon's vision, like you were saying.
Right.
Helping them regain their sense of touch, even automating certain tasks.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
But now I want to talk about AI as a co-surgeon.
Oh, yeah.
Is that even possible?
It's not as far-fetched as it sounds. I mean, we're already seeing AI systems capable of performing entire procedures autonomously.
Right, like that bowel anastomosis we talked about.
Yeah, exactly.
But that was in a research setting.
Yeah.
Are we really talking about AI making independent decisions during a surgery on an actual person?
Well, not quite yet. But imagine a system that can analyze the surgical field in real time,
Okay.
identify potential problems before they even happen, and then suggest alternative approaches to the surgeon.
So it's almost like having this incredibly experienced surgeon looking over your shoulder,
Yeah.
providing guidance and second opinions throughout the procedure.
Exactly. And this AI co-surgeon wouldn't just be reacting to what's happening.
Right.
It could actually anticipate challenges and suggest those proactive measures.
That's amazing. I'm picturing an AI that's like, hey, I've analyzed thousands of similar surgeries,
Yeah.
and based on the patient's anatomy, I recommend using this technique instead.
That's the idea. And think about the implications for surgical training, too.
Oh, yeah.
You have a trainee working alongside an AI co-surgeon that can provide real-time feedback and guidance and even, step in to prevent errors if needed.
It's like having the best surgical mentor in the world,
Right.
right there with you every step of the day.
And this AI co-surgeon wouldn't just be like a passive observer, and it could actively assist with those tasks, like suturing, controlling the camera,
Okay.
even manipulating
And
tissues.
we're talking about a real collaborative partnership
Yeah,
between human and machine,
exactly.
each bringing their unique strengths to the table.
Precisely. The human surgeon brings their experience,
Right.
intuition, and ability to adapt to those unforeseen circumstances.
Of course.
And the AI co-surgeon brings that vast knowledge base, analytical power, and unwavering precision.
It really feels like we're entering this new era of surgery,
I think so too.
where the lines between human and machine are becoming more and more blurred.
Yeah,
And honestly, it's a little mind-blowing to think about where this could all lead.
it is. And, as with any kind of technological advancement, there will be challenges to overcome.
Oh, for sure.
We need to ensure these AI systems are safe, reliable, and adaptable to those complexities of human anatomy and all the different surgical procedures.
Right, because there's still a lot of work to be done
Yeah.
before we see AI co-surgeons in every operating room. But the potential is undeniable.
Absolutely. As I reflect on everything we've talked about in this deep dive,
Yeah.
one thing that stands out to me is how AI is transforming our understanding of surgery itself.
What do you mean?
Well, surgery. For centuries, it's been considered an art form,
Okay.
a highly skilled craft that's passed down through generations of surgeons.
Yeah.
But AI is turning surgery into this data-driven science.
So it's not just about replicating those human skills.
Right.
It's about analyzing them.
Yes,
Breaking them down into data points and maybe even improving upon them.
exactly. And this whole data-driven approach could lead to a whole new level of surgical precision and efficiency. We could even see a future where surgical procedures are totally customized to each individual patient, based on their anatomy, their medical history, even their genetic makeup.
It's like personalized medicine taken to a whole new level.
Right.
Surgery tailored to your unique body and your specific needs.
And think about the implications for global healthcare, too.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Imagine these AI-powered surgical systems that can be deployed to remote areas,
Yeah.
providing access to high-quality surgical care to those who need it most.
It's just incredible to think about the potential of this technology to not only improve the lives of individual patients, but also transform healthcare on a global scale.
It really is a remarkable time to be witnessing this revolution in surgery. And it's all thanks to the power of AI.
I don't know about you, but I'm feeling both excited and a little overwhelmed by all of this.
Me too.
AI in robotic surgery is clearly a field that's moving so fast. It's going to be fascinating to see how this all unfolds in the years to come.
Absolutely. A field brimming with possibilities. And it's a journey that's just beginning.
And that wraps up our deep dive into the world of AI in robotic surgery.
I hope you enjoyed it.
We've covered so much today, from the basics of robotic systems to the incredible potential of AI co-surgeons. We hope this deep dive has sparked your curiosity and maybe left you with a deeper understanding of this rapidly evolving field. And who knows, maybe one day you'll be the one developing the next groundbreaking AI system that'll revolutionize surgery as we know it. Until then, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep diving deep.